What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Sorry, I just had a brain fart there. Let's try that again. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, GARDNSOUND, and Lila the Bird, who is being camera shy. I'll Photoshop her in. Hey, everybody, how's it going? It's GARDNSOUND and Lila the Bird. We're definitely going to be talking about this today and how it works and what all these wires mean and how it integrates with the push. But before I do that, I have to show you kind of how I decided to make this entire album work. And it all sort of revolves around this system right here. So let's talk about that a little bit, looking at Ableton, and then I'll actually perform the song Rain for you from the album to give you an idea of how it works. And the reason I'm going to perform Rain is because that's the song that's currently set up right now, because I literally can't perform any of the other songs ever again. Here's why. Everything runs through Ableton's clip view, which is the performance mode. But long story short, I fire clips like this that have some MIDI information in them using the push, which is right here. I fire everything using the push, which is right here. And that gets transferred back into the computer, which then gets transferred back out of the computer into this thing, which is the Arturia beat step. I'm not using the beat step for anything but MIDI to CV conversion. That converts the signal into two signals, gate and pitch. Gate for green. The gate goes into here, which then gets sent out to different things and tells the system when to pulse. That's the rhythm. The pitch comes from Ableton using these parameters here. Also, I'm sending commands to this guy, and I'm tweaking knobs on this. And all that together basically boils down into two. Those two signals get split out into various sections of the modular, which has a bunch of ins and outs that control sort of how things are working and how things are pulsing and where the pitch is going. And that's all sort of pedantic and could be an entire separate video if somebody would like. But I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of interest into the exact routing, because here's the thing. Once I route everything on the modular and then I take it apart, there's no fucking way for me to remember how I patched it unless I take a picture of it or something. And I don't want to. And I don't want to really ever perform this stuff again. That's the beauty of this album. Once I perform it and record it, it gets boiled down to basically two tracks inside of Ableton. And one of them is from the Roland or any other synth that I'm running. Maybe it's the Proteus, maybe it's the Virus. And then another one is the Rack. So what you're seeing here, if you look at the channels, there is absolutely no software processing happening on any of this while I'm performing it. This is 100% hardware. Whether or not it's 100% analog is a separate argument. So what ends up happening is I spend a couple of hours trying to figure out the minimalist sort of pattern that I want for these notes, and then I spend an hour or so arranging them into a form, and then I spend a couple of hours practicing the performance of the song, meaning that I literally go through the song over and over again through the clips, pushing the clips on the session view, tweaking the knobs exactly, or memorizing where those knobs need to be set at different times. So it literally is like a performance. Like I practice a performance of these songs, and then I hit the record button, and that might take 7 or 8 tries before I get it sounding correct, and then I have to do a little bit of like mastering and leveling work in terms of gain and in terms of gain staging once I get the recording in, and then that goes into a master file. So there probably are about 10 hours of work in each of these songs. This took me a while. And it took me a while because of the process. And the beautiful part about it is it can't be done again. I'm never, ever going to be able to write this song again. Once I pull these wires out of the front of my Eurorack, I'm not going to be able to remember how they were. I'm not going to have the exact audio. I'm not going to have the exact little blips and bloops and pulses. I'm not going to have the exact audio turns on the knobs ever again. It's a one-time thing, and it exists that way for forever once I record it. That's the cool part about this process that really grabs me and made me want to make a whole bunch of them. So I've boiled it down to 7. It's coming out on an album. It's called Ambiences. I've been teasing it on Instagram. Here's the album art, and I'm really stoked about it. And it comes out on June the 1st, 2019. If you'd like to pre-save, that's a thing people do these days, apparently. I've put that link below in the description for y'all to check out. So I think what I'm going to do right now is take the camera, put it over there, and show you guys how exactly I perform these things. You got to make sure that you line up all the crystals correctly. You got to make sure that you do a little bit of yoga. And finally, you got to pray to the synthesizer gods. Then and only then will you be deemed worthy enough to make a modular song. Okay, all jokes aside, here's the performance. That's not bad.